What's up, you degenerate gamblers? Raphael here with another episode of What Are the Odds? It's a Friday, it's a weekend Friday, and the show just got more better looking today because we have a newbie on the show today. Not only a newbie on the show, but a newbie on the Docs brand. Let's all welcome a big welcome to Detroit Lenny. What's up, Detroit Lenny?
What's happening? What's happening? What's crack-a-lacking? All that good stuff. Been here on camera here for Docs for a little bit now, and first time on this show. First time on, but not first time watcher. I don't know. I'm a fan of the show, so I know what goes on here. And I'm just going to tell you right now, immediately the viewership should rise because I'm way better than Robert. I mean, I'm way better looking. I mean, there's the odds on that are. Is he or isn't he? Is like minus 10,000. I'm bet way better.
I couldn't agree more. But before we get into our topics and who's better looking, and before we get in to the jerseys we are wearing, the last topic of the show, let's take care of some business. If you're not a Doc Sports member, don't forget to click the link down below and get that free $60 member picks. That's right, it's $60. You know what, boys and girls? Most of our daily packages are $30. So that means you can take 2 sports, 2 handicappers, 2 of anything you want. You can cash twice on anything you want. So don't forget to click that link down below and get that free $60 member place. If you're not a Doc Sports YouTube member, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button. And if you have any questions in this show or any of our fantastic free play videos and our fantastic shows we have out there, put them in the comments. I myself try to answer them ASAP, but I'm sure other people will answer a lot of those questions that you may have. So, Detroit Atlanta, this show is called What Are the Odds? And we talk about odds. We don't talk about who we're leaning to, who are our free players, stuff like we're talking about the big games that are happening this weekend and why the number it is what it is, and do we believe that the number is off, or are we going to wait for a perfect number? We're going to go to the game that I'm not going to lie, shocked the HE double hockey sticks with me yesterday between the NBA Finals, between Game 1, between Indiana Pacers at OKC. OKC was just pretty much rolling, pretty much the whole game up double digits. And then the fourth quarter happened. And we all know what happens in the fourth quarter when you play the Indiana Hoosiers / Pacers. They come back and they win the game. So everyone was talking about what the number was. It closed at 10. No one hit 10.5, which I thought it was going to be since all the money that came in at the double digits at 10. But now we have Sunday, game 2, and we'll talk about why it's Sunday and why we have such a long break. But the number now is 11. What do you think? What was the first thing you saw when you saw game 2, minus 11 OKC?
I want to lay it. I want to lay it. I want to lay all the wood I can with this. But I get that. I think everybody else feels that way too. I don't want to say I brand myself as the public, but I hate to say it. I'm public as public gets sometimes. And I want to be on OKC. I hate that the game is Sunday. I was one of those people that did not understand why the game is on Sunday. But Raphael's going to break that down for you in a second. But I like Thunder here. I mean, the Pacers won the fourth quarter. That is it. They're going to be a grindy out, but we saw what happened against the Nuggets. They lose game 1. They come back. They score 150 points, 149 points, whatever. I don't see one of these games. The Thunder are going to blow them out. Why not game 2 in OKC? It's not. I don't think it's going to happen in Indiana. I'll be right back on Indiana on game 3, plus a lot of probably. I don't know what the number would be for game 3.
It all depends on who wins.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying, 2. I'm assuming it's 1-1 going into game 3 in Indiana. I'll probably be on Indiana.
Yeah, I was a little bit puzzled. I thought we were just going to see 10 again. I was a little bit puzzled that they moved it at 11. Is that telling me that they want Pacer money right away so they can get OKC money all day Friday, all day Saturday, and pretty much all day on Sunday because we have 3 days to see what the public is going to do with this number. A lot of people don't think about that. People just say, oh, what are the books doing? They open up 11. Books don't know nothing. It's free money, blah. No, we have 3 days to figure out what the public and what the wise guys are going to do on this one. So I understand the 11 just because the money coming in on this game. I wouldn't be shocked if we'd see a 10.5 by sometime tomorrow. Because let's face it, Saturdays are big, heavy days in betting, no matter what sport's playing. Football, dog days, just because there's a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. So we could see a 10.5. So it didn't bother me seeing that number. I agree. I think OKC could be the play here. You mentioned they lost to Denver one game. And what they do next game, they put up 149 points and shot over 47% from the three-point lane. And they were at the free throw lane all game long, because that means they were driving to the basket and getting Denver into free throw or can't speak, personal foul problem. So
yeah,
interesting to see what happens on this one. So it didn't really bother me to see the 11, because I kind of knew why, just the way the monies came in. But how do you not look at Indiana and say, wow, I'll take the plus 11? Because you said it, they played one quarter. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, but they shoot 46% from 3-point land. Say that real fast 3 times. 46%. I don't see them doing that again. Probably the better play is what I think the general consensus was, what we were all right on with Doc Staley and everybody, is just the under. I think we do get an under game, but I am worried about OKC coming out and dropping 150 again. I am worried about that. So I haven't messed with the total at all, but I initially am okay. And this is crazy because I hate laying double digits in the NBA in general. I'm okay with laying 11. If it rises too much, I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't. I don't think I've ever would have said that I was laying double digits in an NBA final game. I mean, I feel like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, this total opened up at 227.5, moved to 228. Some shops still have it 227.5. We have a question in the chat. He likes OKC team total over 119. Long time no see, as our friend down below, as we were just talking to him less than 30 minutes ago. Wait, crap. So thank you for watching this show. We and Lenny should be doing some other shows. Maybe that's something we can do in the future, Lenny. We maybe we'll talk.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm available
after this one. But I do like the OKC team total over 119 right now, and things can change in 3 days. I'm going to break down why I believe this is a good move for the NBA not to have a game on Saturday. Normally, I would be uproar with Lenny. I can't believe we have to wait till Sunday for the NBA Finals. This Saturday is a full-packed day of sports, and I think the NBA is a smart way to do this, because Saturday night, Belmont Stakes doesn't go till like 6:10 Eastern Standard Time. UFC 316 is in New Jersey. We got CFL, not one but 2 games, a full slate of baseball games, including a World Series preview between the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago Cubs at the same time. So they have to go with a lot of different sports on this one. And I'll throw in WWE Money in the Bank is also Saturday night. So I think it was a smart move to move this. They didn't move it. It was scheduled already. To have this on Sunday. Because what does the NBA Finals have to go against? Sunday night baseball. There's no be hacks. Last of Us is over on HBO. There's even nothing on HBO during this game. So I kind of agree with the NBA in this one. Next year, me and you will be complaining, I can't believe we have to wait 4 days to game 2. This year, I think it was a smart move.
And Sunday night baseball is Red Sox Yankees.
Yeah. Oh,
like we've seen that before. Come on.
Thank you, NBA. Thank you, NBA.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I can't believe I'm saying this. Thank you, NBA, because I said this on Doc Staley. I was right away, and Rye Cape even brought this up in the chat there, and he was, why are we waiting until Sunday? I didn't understand. And then you just broke all that down. And I was like, all right, now thank you, NBA. So I'll eat my crow, and I'll give a shout out to the NBA for being. I still don't think they realized it. They didn't do it because of all the things you said. They just did it. And they're like, whatever. And so I still don't credit them for being as smart as you. So we'll say that.
Thanks for the question, Wade Crap. And if anybody that is watching this, if you have any questions that the games are on the board, games over the weekend, I'll try to break it down on an odds point of view. Lenny can help me break the game down as well. So if you have any questions on either games tonight or games in the future, either Saturday or Sunday or stuff like that, feel free to put a comment on there. We'll put your name and your question on the screen, read it, and then try to help you be a better gambler and be a positive gambler at the same time. Let's put our ice skates on. Let's skate around the rink. Game 2 is tonight in the NHL Stanley Cup. And boy, what a game we saw last game. You nailed it. You said overtime. You said it. You said overtime in Doc Staley. Now it's game 2. What do you think of this number, which the number moved quickly on this one? I think a lot of zigzag money came in on this one. Tell me, what are you skating around on this game?
You could have got Florida money line and a little bit of plus money earlier. Now it's minus whatever. I'm not betting the draw, not betting overtime in the game 2, but I am taking Florida in regulation. I think it goes back to what I think the series is going to be. I think this series is going to go 6-7 games. I don't think it'll be 3 Edmonton 1-2-3 and then Florida 1-2-3-4. I know we've seen that, but I don't think that's going to happen per se. I think we're going to get a little bit of a zigzag back and forth. Florida played really well that game. Edmonton in overtime just took it to a different level, and then sooner or later, star power, big players make big plays. And that's just what happened. I don't think Florida played bad. They had a mistake, caused a penalty in overtime.
A horrible mistake.
Cannot do that, right? It was a horrible penalty. That's a mental mistake. That will not happen, I don't think, again here. I got to feel like Florida, in their, what is this, their 3rd Stanley Cup in a row here? I mean, I got to feel like they won't make those mental mistakes again, won't be put in that situation. They don't get that penalty. I don't know if Edmonton scores and Florida maybe wins that game. So I'm on Florida, and I'm on them in regulation, 60-minute bet, no overtime. That I got at about plus 145-ish.
Yeah, it has come down right now. There's some plus 135s out there. There's a couple plus 140s out there, but you got a really good number. And I'm going to talk – I love the number that you got, but I'm going to talk about the series price right here. Because I've been telling people, I liked Florida in the series. Did I bet it right away? No, because I was hoping that Edmonton would win game 1, and now I'm laying close to almost plus $2 for the series price. I don't remember what number I got. I know it was like plus 186 around that.
I saw it at like 185. I want to say 185, 180s, something like that. I saw it earlier, and I thought about I almost pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah, because so now if I win tonight's game, I'm sitting really pretty on the series price being tied 1-1 going back to South Florida. So I really like the series price. So that's why I didn't bet it right away, because I was hoping the Edmonton would win game 1, which everyone did. I mean, the books took away because Edmonton won game 1. Everyone took Edmonton. You didn't even have to lay the 3-way on it because you were getting a really good price on just regulations and overtime. Or you had to lay minus 117, minus when the game line ended. So I think we're going to see a great game in this one. I agree with you. I think Florida has to be the play on this one. I myself missed the plus money, and I'm debating if I'm going to bet the regulation number or just sit back and watch it. I do believe if you like Florida, that means it's probably going to be an under game, which I said it to multiple shows I've done today. Game 2s are usually unders in Stanley Cup, except that one lopsided game in Las Vegas when the Golden Knights put a butt whooping on Florida 7-2. But normally game 2s in the Stanley Cups are under games. Now we're laying 6.5. I know the juice is minus 125. I would say shop around, try to get minus 120. I know a couple books I know FanDuel had at minus 120 earlier today. I have not checked since I've been doing some shows all afternoon, but I would say shop around, try to get the 6.5 minus 120. So it should be a very interesting game, and I'm hoping for a Florida W for myself and for you.
That's fair. I like your series price at the plus 185-ish. I like Florida here, and if I think they're going to win in regulation, then that leads right into the under. I think if this game goes this game could be 3-1. It also leads to, I'm a goalie prop kind of guy. So looking at Bobrovsky's saves, I think it's at like 25.5, right around there. I like that over because I think he'll get peppered. I mean, Edmonton will get their shots. I think he'll have 30 saves because I think he's going to stand on his head. And I think Stuart Skinner is going to stand on his head too. We're not going to see a bunch of high-scoring games like you saw in Game 1. That's not going to be how the series is going to be. I like the under. I like Florida. I like both goalie props as far as saves go. I really do, but I'm a goalie prop junkie. I'm just going to say it. I mean, I am all season long. you can make a living betting against Red Wings goalies. So I mean, I do. Car payments are made. So that's where I'm at on the hockey. That's where I'm at on the ice.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it tomorrow. I already mentioned it's a full day of sports. And I know I'm not talking college football because we always breathe and everything. It's all about football here. But Saturday's a good way to make money. I already mentioned CFL, a whole bunch of baseball on that game. WNBA is also playing tomorrow. But you know what else is tomorrow? The horses are running in the rain tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's the Belmont Stakes tomorrow. I'm not going to dive deep into this one just because right now I'm watching it on my screen right now. It is pouring buckets over at Saratoga. It's supposed to be thunderstorming all day today and rain pretty much all morning and early afternoon. Now, when is that rain going to stop tomorrow? Is the track going to be able to rebound if it stops maybe early? That's the big question tomorrow. But let's face it, we all want to see the Derby winner versus the Preakness winner. We want to see sovereignty versus journalism. That's all I want to see. I mean, am I going to bet this? I have a head-to-head matchup already that journalism beats sovereignty. Yeah, they get laid -117, and it was pretty much a pick 'em. This is right when it happened, right after the Preakness Sportsbook put up a head-to-head matchup, so I bet it right now, just in case I thought bettors would bet the Preakness winner in journalism. So I like journalism this fight. I mean, they both ran in the rain because they both ran in the Derby, so the rain ain't kind of bother them. The track's not gonna bother them. So it'd be very interesting if any of these other horses scratch tomorrow because of the rain. Because let's face it, these horses who are running also believe that, hey, everyone's not here to see us. They're just here to see sovereignty versus journalism.
And that's fair. And then I got to feel like, though, that some owners maybe thinking like, hey, let's piggyback on this. We know everybody and their brother is going to be watching the Belmont because of those two horses. We want to be mentioned with them, kind of whatever. Anybody you think maybe kind of slips in? I mean, you know, we all know. I mean, like I mentioned this before we started and before we went on air. I'm like, how do you not bet these two to just finish 1-2 box or whatever? You're not going to make no money on it. But I'm just saying, if you you got to pair it up with what's the third? What's the trifecta horse?
I mean, I like the 5-horse Crudo at 15-1 just because of Pletcher is the owner one. I mean, you can't go wrong with Rodriguez or Smith and Baffert. I mean, those two names alone, Jockey Michael Smith and Bob Baffert is the owner. You can't go wrong with that one. But those are the ones I am. Baeza, that White Crab just said, he ran horrible in the Derby. And what was they were doing in the Derby? The track was awful there too. So I love that horse in the Derby. It was one of my horses that I was big on it, and I still think he's running right now, trying to cross the picket line at the Kentucky Derby. So I'm with you on Baeza, but I just didn't like the way he ran at the Kentucky Derby. But even though there was a lot more horses, 19 horses compared to 8 horses on this one. So I'm probably not going to bet
Uncaged. How do you feel about Uncaged though? I mean, that's a Pletcher horse too. I don't know who's riding him. I don't know. I'm not. Listen, I am not.
Luis is the jockey in this one. This one might take the lead right away, and if the track is really bad and the horse might be gassed out on this one. Yes, is Rodriguez healthy? That's why I'm just throwing names right quick. I'm not probably playing it. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to bet heavy on this race just because I do believe it's just a 2-horse race. And it's not that I don't want to say I'm going to try to beat journalism because I want journalism to win. Normally, I'm trying to beat the favorite, but I only think there's one horse that can beat the favorite, and that's Sovereignty, which is 2-1. So I'm not going to get buyback great money on that one.
It's not horrible either.
Yeah, I'm going to look at the other races. There's some great races in this card, but this one I'm probably just going to sit back, watch it, and cheer for journalism. Just so I can give it to Craig, who Craig I think likes Sovereignty. So give it to them.
I'm just gonna pizza money some stuff on this race and probably Uncaged at 30-1ish. I mean, I'm gonna I just like that. just cause I'll throw them in there somewhere. Just show up kind of thing. But that's all I really got on the Belmont. I mean, I'll get most of my information from you and the pre-show on NBC or whatever it's on or wherever, that's all.
They'll all be wet from the rain on this one. But let's talk about why everyone is here. And I mean the millions that are watching this show right now.
Millions and the millions.
And the millions. No, we're not going to talk about NFL total season wins or who's going to win a Super Bowl or Aaron Rodgers coming back to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're not going to talk about that. No, we're going to talk about the World Series preview that is happening this weekend and how ironic that Ferringo tells me last week, hey, I can't do the show. I forgot where he's at. I think he's at a family.
NYC or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And I'm like, oh, cool. And I'm like, I'll ask Detroit Lenny to come on the show. I'll shoot him a text. And this is before I even looked at a baseball. Normally I have my Cubs schedule. I'm staring at it right now. I didn't look at it. But who would have thought Detroit Lenny preview debut here at what are the odds? Detroit Lenny and his Detroit Tigers at home welcome who?
Chicago Cubs, huh?
Welcome my Chicago Cubs.
The number 2 best team in baseball.
Yeah. The number 1 offensive baseball, though.
Yeah, it's early.
As
you can see, we've had some banter about this matchup. Obviously, we both think our teams are great in their respective ways. I really do think. I mean, if the Tigers make the World Series, I don't care who we're playing. 3 years ago we were the Colorado Rockies. It was bad a couple of years ago. Not very long ago, it was bad. So it's great to see the farm system develop and come to fruition. It's good to see them come up, and some of these guys like Parker Meadows and Riley Green. Obviously, he's been stud, but Spencer Torkelson, Kerry Carpenter. We just like to call him Kerry Bonds. In fact, that's a little prop for you today. Little home run prop for you, Kerry Bonds. Kerry Carpenter's his real name. But I'm just saying. Tidbit of useless information trivia knowledge. His cousin is a singer, actress, Sabrina Carpenter, real life. So you didn't know that.
I'll be able to sleep much better tonight with that little Detroit Lenny fun fact. That's what we'll call it. Detroit Lenny's fun fact.
I like it. Yeah, fun fact.
Call it on that one. But so the series price is where I mentioned it. This is in Detroit. Detroit's anywhere between minus 190, minus 195 for the series price.
I hate it.
They got the best pitcher in baseball pitching tonight. One thing I want to ask before we break into the series price, and honestly, put your homer vision to the side, take your homer hat off. Did you think they would be this good at the start of the season before?
No, not even a little bit. That first series, they played the Dodgers, and they got their butt smoked, and I was like, you had that magic from the last year's playoff run, and it was a little playoff run, but we'll take it. And after last year's playoffs, I was hoping that they carry some of that momentum in there. But it's hard in an off season for baseball, and to come in, and you got so much spring training and to carry the momentum from last year. They got through that Dodgers series, and I was like, it's going to be a long year. And then they start turning around. Next thing you know, they're just winning series, and that's really what it's about. You play a 3-game set, a 4-game set, and you got to play the small game, so to speak. I did not think they would be this good. I did not. I did not think they'd be. I did think they had a shot. I'll say this: I thought they had a shot at the AL, their division, Central. I did think they had a shot at that, but that's because I think very low of the Minnesota Twins and the Chicago White Sox. I think the Guardians are the Guardians. I think they're a 500 ball club. I think the Royals are our biggest competition in that division. So by default, I thought we were a bubble playoff team, kind of. That's where I thought we would finish in a wild card kind of situation.
I think I had the Guardians like in third. I thought it was going to be Royals, Twins. I thought you guys would be battling with the Twins and Guardians and stuff like that. So I'm a little bit surprised. I like pitching has turned around the bullpen. I think you need some arms. If you stay like this, you're going to need to get some arms for the playoffs. But for my Cubs, I just thought, hey, All we need to do is play better than the Brewers. I was not sold on the Cardinals, which they're starting to play a little bit better, and so are the Brewers starting to play a little bit better. I think I'm more shocked on the starting pitching we have going out day by day because we're missing two studs. We're missing Justin Steele and Umanaga, who's out, who's probably not going to be back for a couple more weeks. So when they went out, they had guys I had no idea that were putting the ball in their hand and throwing the first pitch. I'm thinking, well, who are you? I mean, so I'm a little bit shocked on their pitching. We all knew they were going to hit the ball. PCA, I didn't think he was going to grow up and be – I hate to say MVP container because nobody in any team can say he's an MVP container unless your last name is Judge and your last name was Ohtani. I don't care what kind of
like you said, 2-horse race. It's a two-guy race here for MVP there.
Yeah. So I feel bad for anyone that has a good season in baseball because you're not going to steal it from Ohtani and you're not going to steal it from Judge. But I'm a little bit surprised on how the Cubs have been playing just because of the question mark I had when their starters kept on going out and out and out. So I'm a little bit shocked that we're in first. I'm more shocked at how they've been playing on offense. I mean, they steal bases like there's no tomorrow. I mean, Tucker's stealing, PCA, Shaw is stealing, Ian Happ is stealing, Nico Horn, they're all stealing bases. So I'm a little bit shocked on how they are winning games. But do I think they're going to stay there? I think both of our teams, as of right now, I think both of them are playoff teams.
I agree. And I hate to say this. I feel like we're the same team. I mean, like we could each use some. You're waiting for your pitching staff to get healthy. We got some pitchers that are on the like 30, 60 day, this, that. They got to come back some stuff. We could use a couple key spots, I think, to make a really deep playoff run. I think you might need some key spots to really make a deep playoff run. But to be honest with you, I mean, you're rolling. I mean, it just is we're just rolling. I didn't think we'd be this good heading into it, and the Tigers will be buyers at the trade deadline.
Yeah,
and it's going to be interesting a good sign because you think you're going to make a run.
It's interesting to see what type of buyers. I think both our teams will be looking for arms, and both teams don't really need like a big bat because the way our team
baseman. I need a third. I do. I want a third baseman.
But your third baseman doesn't need to have a big bat. You need a third baseman, but he doesn't need. You don't need a 75 plus RBI guy on your team.
Right.
But
I don't need that.
Could look for a third baseman. So someone in the chat says the front office is going to pay for a starter pitcher. I think both of our teams, if we get a starter, they're going to be rentals. I don't think we're going to either Tigers or Cubs are looking for a starter to sign long term. I think both of them will probably looking just for rentals.
Well, the thing is with us at like third baseman, you got Matt Vierling. He's good. It's like he's a utility player. Guy plays left field, right field, third base. He'll do whatever you need him to do. Zach McKinstry, same thing. Andy Abanaz, same thing. I mean, we have like a platoon at third base where I just want the guy. Like Gleyber Torres plays second base. He's our second baseman, period. He's 1A. And then Colt Keith is 2, period. That's the end of it. And we just don't have that. And our pitching staff, the guy I'm most excited about is Jackson Jobe. Kid's like 22 years old. Like he got his first major league start in the playoffs last year. He was part of that whole pitching chaos debacle.
And you still got Reese Olson that's coming back. So it's like I said, I think bullpen help is probably what you need the most. Then start if there's a starter out there that you can get, go ahead and grab them. But I think bullpen help for both of us. I mean, I think I need a starter more than you need a starter. You need bullpen help, which I don't think we maybe get another lefty for us, but.
Yeah, I will say that. I could use more bullpen help. I think starters at the end of the day, like Reese Olson's on the 15-day IL, Jackson Jobe's on the 15-day. Like, it's mid-season stuff right now. It's nothing crazy. Bullpen-wise, I use a closer because I'm not sold on Tommy Kahine or Kahine, whatever his name is. I'm not sold on him or Will Vest as a pitching. Like you said, we need a little bit of bullpen help. I would love to shore up the corner at third, but now I'm just trying to hit a lottery with all that. But I think the Tigers will spend money if need be. I hope so. I hope so. Obviously, that might be a homer thought, but
But it's great for the city because you had the Pistons in the playoffs who haven't been there forever. You have the Lions who are just inching
dominating the NFL.
Super Bowl appearance, and now you have the Tigers that can go back to back playoff appearances. That's huge, not only for the organizations, that's huge for the city. So I got to give hats off to Detroit, but
Detroit basketball. The Pistons. I was never a believer all year. All year I was like, nah, no. The Pistons you can't trust them. They will let you down. They will just, I probably was like a bitter, like ex, spouse that got dumped or something. I felt like, but the Pistons just emotionally wrecked me, and on multiple occasions. So I never trusted them, and they made playoffs. Whatever, I was all about them. But the Red Wings. Oh, they need to get their.
I didn't mention them because I didn't say anything about them because I think we both knew you were just going to go.
What the problem is there, Steve Yzerman. I'm sorry, Stevie. You're the best captain to ever play the game, the best captain to ever put the Red Wing wheel on, and that says a lot when the history of the Detroit Red Wings, the original 6 team. You talk Gordie Howe, Mr. Hockey. You're the best ever, but stay out of the general manager booth, whatever office. You need to not be there. I'm not believing in Steve Yzerman playing, but.
Well, before we head out of this, I forgot to tell you, if you want to throw a free play, you can. If not, I can do it because I said that I like the Tigers team total over, and Doc stated daily today at minus or at 3.5, lane at minus 125. I'm going to go the opposite way because I know someone, I think Griffin said he liked the over in this game. Mm-hmm. Why is the Chicago Cubs team total 2.5 on this one? No disrespect to Screwball. I know he's on the mound, but you know what the Cubs did last time Paul Skeens pitched against the Cubs? They put up 3 runs against him, and that game went over. So if no disrespect to Screwball, he doesn't have heat like Paul Skeens has. Right. But I think the Cubs can push over a couple runs. I'm not saying they're going to win the game because if I had to choose it, I don't like the game. I didn't play the game, but if I would lean towards it, I would probably lean towards Detroit to take game 1 of this series. But I still think the Cubs can push over some runs on the type of play that they do. Maybe steal a base, push a runner over, or something like that. Score a couple of runs before you can get to Detroit's bullpen. So 2.5, which is way too low to a team that has tied with the Dodgers with the record with runs being scored per game. I thought 2.5 was just ridiculous, but that was my free play if you want to throw one out.
I didn't like the side either. I am on the over. I like that, but I'm on that, and I'm on Schoolbowl strikeouts at 7. I think I got it at, or 7.5. I don't know, whatever it was, whatever it's at now. I got it. Because I think both of those can happen, and the Tigers could lose, and I'm okay. And it is what it is. I mean, Schoolbowl, he tends to step up. He's a big player, make big plays. He's that guy. I think he could do that, but he could control this game, and they could still lose this game. Because sooner or later that bullpen's going to come in, and I'm not happy with that. That's all I got as far as
it should be a fantastic series. It's better than the Yankees and Red Sox. I'm not sold on. I'm never sold for that series on that, but I'm excited to watch this just because. A, yes, I am a Cubs fan, but B, it's just 2 good teams that play the ball, play baseball the same way, and I think the pitching is going to be really interesting to do. So I can't wait to watch.
I think it's going to be a very nice chess match.
Yeah,
I think there's going to be some very, very good management here on both sides of the ball. Great team, play very similar. I think they're totally going to be. It's a chess match waiting to happen. I like it, love it. Go
well, Lenny, thanks for coming on to What Are the Odds? I was glad you were able to. I'm glad we got to do the show. I think once the show's over, I think we're gonna dial someone and call the big boss and say, hey, you know what? Maybe we should do a show or something. Something we need to talk to the bosses after the lights go out. But I hope everyone enjoyed the show. Again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to the Doc's YouTube channel. Don't forget to like all the videos, all the fantastic free play videos, and all the shows that we do here at Doc Sports. And don't forget to click that link down below and get that free $60 member plays. You guys all have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe And you know how I end shows because I really mean it because I've seen it before. I've seen it firsthand when I ran sportsbooks. Please don't bet what you don't have. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Take care, guys. Thanks for having me.